I appreciate you guys messaging me and wanting to learn a little bit more about my ride today. So let me back up a couple of steps. For those of you that don't know, this past weekend was Lago Vista, which is this race in Texas that's considered a classic. It's a really tough race. In my opinion, it's probably the hardest race weekend of the year. It's 2 days of just slugging out war. I drove home. I was completely exhausted. I was cramping in places that I didn't know I could cramp. Monday was, just getting up slow and everything was slow motion and I was sluggish and I was kind of happy to see on Facebook that a bunch of the other guys that I had raced against were feeling the same way. Just that Lago Vista hangover, which doesn't get easier year after year. But so, yesterday got back to work and had an interval session, and that session went really, really well, and the legs were feeling good, and body was just saying, okay, let's get back to work. And today I had a long ride, and nothing really crazy about it. I just had to log in the time, and I had the time, so I just had to get out there and just pedal for a while, a good long while. But while I was doing it, I took off. So I live in Waxahachie. I took off and decided to go up to Dallas, which I don't normally do. I just decided to make it kind of an urban cruise, just to do something different and just to try to make it easier on me mentally to get the work done. And it worked for a little while. But as I'm up there, I'm thinking to myself, well, do I really need to put in the work? Do I really need to do all of this? I had Lago Vista this past weekend. I raced okay. Legs are good. Fitness is good. Do I really need to do all that's included for me in the plan? And I started second guessing myself, thinking to myself, well, you can turn around at, 2 hours and just turn around and flip it and go back home. And that'll give you 4 hours. That's a good day. But it'll be short of what you needed to do. And I started having all these conversations with myself, and it was emotional, right? So when we have those moments, it was just emotions that just started kind of tugging on my heartstrings and saying, Mario, you did pretty good this past weekend. You deserve it. Don't worry about having to do the work that's necessary for today. Just take it easy on yourself. You had an interval session yesterday and you did well. And what I had to do was I had to apply the principle that I frequently give to my athletes and, groups that I work with is, hey, let's get emotions out the window and let's focus on a principle. And so the principle that I began to preach to myself was the work is the work is the work. And it has to get done. And the work doesn't have feelings. It's just doing. It's just pedaling. It's just putting in the work that's necessary for me to get to where I need to get to. And my coach Christian Williams knows where I want to go and how to get me there. And so he put something down for me to do today, and that's what needed to get done. And I just began thinking about that principle. And it's funny, little by little, those feelings just started kind of going away. I stopped getting nagged by, the devil on my other shoulder saying, hey, Mario, don't listen to the principles guy. Your feelings, hey, they're important. Why don't you just turn around? Why don't you just cut today short? And long story short, I got all the work done and I felt great. And it was amazing the mindset shift that happened all of a sudden, how I was more enjoying the work that I was doing. The legs felt better. It was just, I was on cruise control. I wasn't having to look down as much at my Garmin. The time just went by and I just had a great ride. And so, that happens to us a lot, right? A lot of people want to know, like, how can I keep motivation? How can I stay motivated? How can I want to wake up every morning and do the thing and never have these times where I'm down in the dumps and where I don't feel like doing it and where I'm not motivated? And I really honestly don't have the answer to that. I don't know if there's anybody out there that's like that. If there is, I'd love for you to comment and let me know who you are, because you deserve a badge of honor. We're all going to have these moments where we don't want to do the thing. But when we capture those moments, we begin to realize that's emotions playing in. There's no principles behind that. That's all emotions. And what we need to do is we need to substitute a principle in that moment and get those emotions out of there. And it's amazing what we can do once we do that. Hey guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear how you guys have maybe applied this principle before, or maybe how I can help you to do this better. So please reach out to me if you'd like. And thank you guys for watching. I'd love to hear what you guys think about these videos. Y'all take care. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Get outside today. The weather is beautiful, so enjoy it. Take advantage of it. Take care, guys. Till next time.